Hello and welcome. 5 p.m. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. First things first, let me give you an understanding of the weather from my room, which is the sort of 19th floor of the Cinnamon Life Hotel. This is how it looks at the moment. So this is how it looks at the moment. You can see the sky. It is dark. There are clouds. There was a drizzle, but at this point in time, you can see the roads also. There you go. You can see the cars there. It is not a heavy drizzle or anything. At the moment, it is pretty windy, but there is no rain. So that's the update that we can give you from Colombo. So no real rain, but there was a drizzle some time back. This is the area around the Pakistan hotel. Uh, this is the Pakistan team hotel. This is the area just next to the beach. The Indian hotel is behind us, and like I said, no rain. And I can kind of confirm to you that the roads are pretty dry. So yes, there was a drizzle, but nothing serious. So that's the first thing that I need to tell you. Weather update. The second thing I need to tell you, Mohsin Naqvi will check into this hotel pretty shortly. Mohsin Naqvi is on his way and will check into this hotel. This is where the Pakistan team is pretty shortly. And what we have been able to understand is what Pakistan will do in terms of spirit of the game, how the players will conduct themselves, what will be said, if any messaging is to be given out, or if they will not want to give out any messaging. All of that will be decided once Mr. Naqvi arrives. Once Mr. Naqvi arrives in the hotel, there is expected to be a meeting between the Pakistan players and Mr. Naqvi and the support staff, and that is where it will be discussed what the messaging will be all about. So that's the update that one needs to give you. Third, Pakistan practiced between 2 p.m. and 4:30, approximately 4:35 p.m. And Salman Aga, in his press conference, made some important points. He said he's not bothered about the talk around Usman Tariq's action. He said Usman Tariq is kind of their trump card. Aap keh sakte ho that he is one of their trump cards. He said, as far as the handshake controversy is concerned, it will be decided tomorrow. Like I said, it will be decided and discussed with Mohsin and Naqvi. The Pakistan team practice happened pretty uninterrupted, except that very light drizzle, but that did not have any impact. Give me 1 second. In fact, there's no need of giving me 1 second. I'll kind of continue because my friend Ashok is knocking the door. So let me just open the door for him while I continue with the show. There is Ashok. No problem. No problem. And we will continue with the show. So Ashok's here. And by the way, this is your thing. I mean, we could have done it from outside and we had to rush in. So Ashok just came up. The audio was an issue. In fact, sometime back, Shubhan and Rohit also tried to do a Hindi live, and I was listening to it as well, and there was a bit of an audio glitch. So I pointed out to them that for whatever reason, maybe because of the wind, maybe because of something else, the noise cancellation isn't really working. So that was a bit of a dampener as far as I'm concerned. So that's why I said to Ashok, let's go up and do this live from the room because the audio here is clear, the internet is chakachak, and you guys can hear me. So Mohsin Naqvi to be checking into this hotel in a couple of hours. That's what we are getting. Mohsin Naqvi will be here soon. The Pakistan team will be meeting Mr. Naqvi, and only then will it be discussed and decided whether or not to do the handshake and not do the handshake, what the spirit of the game will be about. All of that will happen then. So Mohsin Naqvi to kind of come in pretty soon. The third point that we need to give you, Pakistan practice, they trained well. Will they go in with a second seam bowler or will they not, is something that we have to wait and see. There is a consideration, but they have enough spinning options. They are also discussing whether or not to leave out Mohammad Nawaz and to kind of get in Naseem Shah. So at this point in time, Pakistan has four spin bowling options. Shadab Khan with his leg spin, Shadab Khan with his leg spin, Mohammad Nawaz with his left arm spin, Abrar with his mystery, and of course Usman Tariq. Now, will Pakistan leave out Mohammad Nawaz and get in Naseem Shah? That's a question that is doing the rounds, and a lot of Pakistan journalists tell me that it is being considered by the team management. Now, there are two issues here. Mohammad Nawaz is just not a left arm spinner. He is also one who wields the willow pretty strong, can hit big sixes. Lower down the order is a very effective batter. So that's something that one needs to keep in mind as far as Mohammad Nawaz is concerned. Now, if Pakistan decides to leave out Mohammad Nawaz, then take a look at their batting. Does it appear a bit thin? Sahibzada Farhan, Saim Ayub, Salman Ali Yaga, Babar Azam, and then kind of tapers out. You have a Shadab Khan, you have thereafter a Fahim Ashraf, a Shaheen Afridi. But if you try and get in a Naseem Shah, then it's Abrar, Usman Tariq, Naseem Shah. It kind of becomes a tad weak because if you leave out Muhammad Nawaz as your all round option, which Pakistan might do, is what I'm being told, could be something that impacts their team combination. We will come back to the Pakistan team combination in a bit. As far as India is concerned, India will train in exactly 53 minutes from now at 6 p.m. India will train at 6 p.m. and the India press conference, which I am sure Surya Kumar Yadav will address, will be at 5:30 p.m. at the Premadasa Stadium. Gargi, Shomik, Debashish, Shubhan and Rohit will cover that for us, and we will give you all of the updates straight after. Gargi will go live straight after the press conference with a lot of detail. So every nuance as far as this coverage is concerned, you will get. So the India press conference at 5:30, the India practice starts at 6 p.m. And from the practice, the three things that I will be keen on kind of understanding. One, will Abhishek Sharma train? Because ahead of the match of the Namibia game, if you remember, Abhishek Sharma did not train with the team. Abhishek Sharma has indeed traveled to Sri Lanka. I am also told that his family is here. I am also told that he is much better. Will India take a chance and play Abhishek Sharma? Is he ready for a game? Will Abhishek Sharma, even if he's 80% or maybe 90% fit, will India push someone like an Abhishek Sharma out there? That's a very, very pertinent point. So, in the practice session today, eyes will be on Abhishek Sharma and how he is going because he looked a tad leaner, looked a tad under the weather. He's lost a bit of weight. Has that kind of impacted his body strength? We have to wait and see. In the practice session, we've got to see how he bats, whether he's able to tonk the ball. So, all of that will be very critical. As I said, my personal hunch is Abhishek Sharma will play. From my multiple conversations with people, he's certainly on the mend. He wants to play. His family is here. The Indian team management is confident that there is still 24 hours plus to go. He has traveled with the team to Sri Lanka, which means that he's definitely in the scheme of things. India would want him to play because on a sluggish wicket like this, if Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan at the top of the order are able to attack Pakistan, it kind of sets up the innings beautifully for India. Because it will be by the way, Neil, can you show us the picture of the pitch, please? I'm sending you the photograph. Just show us the picture of the pitch or the match pitch. I'm sending it to you, Neil. Give me 1 minute and you can flash this as well. There you go, Neil. I have sent it to you. Yes, I've sent you the photograph of the pitch. From what we understand, it's a used wicket. It's the same one as the one that had Australia versus Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe batted first and scored 170, 69 for two, and thereafter Australia finished off with 146. So the question is that as the match progresses, will it become a tad slower? Will it become a little bit spin friendly? Does if I compare the two sides, the spin options of both sides, where do these people stand? Because interestingly, Salman Aga in the press conference said that spin, he clearly said this, that अगर लगेगा तो हमारे पास फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑप्शंस हैं, Matlab, the first choice is spin. And Pakistan at this point in time have four options, like I said, Nawaz, Shadab, Abrar, and Usman Tariq. Will they go in with all the four options? And this is the photograph that Neil is playing. This is the photograph. This is the photograph. And by the way, the BCCI media officer is just writing at the moment. Please be ready for the Indian press conference, media in Colombo. So you will get the Indian press conference updates very, very shortly. The press conference is supposed to start at 5:30. Surya Kumar Yadav is expected to attend and address the press. You are seeing the photograph of the wicket, which we flashed about a couple of hours ago. Now you can clearly see that it looks dry. It looks a relatively dryish wicket. There will be a little bit of assistance for the spinners. I do think that Pakistan, because of the fact that they've practiced twice. Yesterday they practiced at the Premadasa. Today they've practiced at the Premadasa. Yesterday they practiced under lights. Today they practiced between 2 and 5. One practice under lights per team. But because of the fact that they've practiced twice, because of the fact that they've been in Colombo and have been acclimatizing themselves for 15 days almost in this country, Pakistan has better understanding and better knowledge of the conditions. There's no debate on that. India came in very late last night, around 10 p.m. They reached the hotel, if I remember right, around 10:30 p.m. You got the visuals on Rev Sports. Devashish was there. So 10:30 p.m. is when the Indians reached the team hotel. So you can understand that it was not easy for the Indians to travel from Delhi. You can understand that the Indian team, they traveled from Delhi, and that's when they for the first time, uh, you know and okay. So Gargi says no real update. I will keep updating you. She's at the ground. No real updates from here yet. Media has already assembled, so we will keep updating you. Uh, you know So this is where the matter is. This is where the matter is. We will give you all the updates, but coming to Colombo and bat first, bowl first, we will have to check what's going on. The Australia Zimbabwe match was a clear indication, and if that is a clear indication, we will have to see the if that is a clear indication, we will have to see what India does. Australia won the toss, and Zimbabwe, with their fielding, with their bowling, completely stifled the Australians. Uh, Blessing Muzarabani was brilliant. Australia choked 146. First four wickets fell for about 50 odd, and there was no coming back for Australia. This is a massive high stakes game. Now, as far as India is concerned, there are three changes that are being talked about. By the way, is it starting to drizzle? There is chance of rain around 6 p.m. 50% chance of rain around 6 p.m., which is exactly the time of India's practice. Which is exactly the time of India's practice. 6 p.m. We will see if it rains. There is cloud. There is cloud. But are these rain clouds? We've got to see. I mean, these are kind of 50-50 kind of clouds, isn't it? I mean, there is chance of rain. It's kind of dark. We will update you if there is rain. We'll try and update you straight up that it is drizzling or anything like that. The three changes that India are mulling: one, Sanju Samson will go out and Abhishek Sharma will come in if Abhishek Sharma is ready for the job. If he is feeling fit, yes, if he's feeling fit rather, and about 80%, 90% also, I think India will go ahead and play him. That is why he has traveled to Colombo with the team. Number two is a big call: Rinku Singh and Washington Sundar. Now, between Rinku Singh and Washington Sundar, will India want to go in with a Washington Sundar, or will India want to go in with Rinku Singh and not disturb the combination? Washington Sundar brings three things to the table. One, he will obviously give in a couple of overs of off spin. And think about it, Pakistan has three left handers: Mohammad Nawaz, if he plays, Fahim Ashraf, and of course Shaheen Shah Afridi. So three middle order, lower middle order batters are left handers in the Pakistan ranks. Washington Sundar could easily come in and bowl a couple of overs of handy off spin, and that could be very, very critical if the wicket starts to slow down a little bit and if the spinners come into the party. So Washington Sundar is someone who you have to keep a close eye on. Will India, because Washington Sundar, if you think of the Hobart knock, for example, has the ability to tonk the ball. If you think of the Oval knock, for example, has the ability to tonk the ball. So Washington Sundar could be a viable option if India wants to go in with Washington Sundar in place of Rinku Singh. And finally, I think Kuldeep Yadav somehow must be accommodated in this team, because on a track where spinners are ruling the roost or are expected to play a big part, Kuldeep Yadav and his record against Pakistan is good enough for Kuldeep Yadav to make the team. So that's the third option. Think about the Asia Cup. Pakistan off to a flyer, 90 in the first 10 overs in the final. We were talking about 175, 180 score. And thereafter, Kuldeep Yadav comes back, 2 overs for 6 runs and 4 wickets. Pakistan all out for 140, or innings done rather for about 145, 46. So that's about the condition as far as Kuldeep Yadav and his impact is concerned. He's had a psychological edge over Babar Azam. He is a left arm wrist spin bowler with a skill that is unmatched. He has the ability to pick wickets for India. He has the ability to turn a match on its head. Between Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti, you have two potent options for the middle of the innings to go with an Akshar Patel. So you give yourself that extra spin option in Kuldeep Yadav. Will India go in with a Kuldeep Yadav and replace an Arshdeep Singh? Arshdeep Singh has this uncanny ability of picking wickets at the top of the order, but in the recent past, if you see, Arshdeep Singh has actually gone in, in the Arshdeep Singh has actually gone for a lot of runs. Now, if that is the case, will India consider going in with a Kuldeep Yadav for Arshdeep Singh? Start with a Jasprit Bumrah, because he can bowl at any point in time. Start with a Jasprit Bumrah, get a Hardik Pandya from the other end, and if you need to do it, get a Shivam Dube in. So once you have a Shivam Dube, if he bowls about an over, even a couple of overs, that's good enough. So between Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, and Shivam Dube, they can cover up. Now that gives you the opening in the middle overs to go in with two-pronged spin attack, one end Varun Chakravarti and the other end Kuldeep Yadav. Will India opt for that? Or will India go in with an Arshdeep Singh, who again, this is a very tough call. Arshdeep Singh, highest wicket taker for India, 2024 World Cup highest wicket taker, fastest to 100 wickets, has this incredible ability to pick up wickets at the top of the order. Almost in the first over, second over, he will pick up wickets. That's kind of given. That is an unmatched ability. So to leave Arshdeep Singh out in a critical game against Pakistan will be quite a call. But I think the Indian team management will give this a lot of thought before coming to a final conclusion. And I also don't think that India will give the team out. Given these conditions, given the possibility of rain, it has clouded up. It's very, very gloomy. India is supposed to practice between 6 and 9, generally till about 6 p.m. Yesterday also we had sun. If you remember, Ashok, we walked to the stadium. It was, you could see it was quite bright, and now it's very gloomy. It's pretty dark out there, and India is supposed to practice under lights between 6 and 9. You don't want that practice session to be washed away, because it's India's only practice session under lights at the Khetarama. So you want to understand the conditions. Center wicket practice. Pakistan has already done that yesterday. You will get a feel of the conditions, a feel of what is on offer, what is the track on offer, because India hasn't been there. This is the first time that the Indian players and the Indian support staff will be visiting since coming to Colombo yesterday night. So these are important considerations as far as I'm concerned. The three changes that are being mulled over: one is the Rinku Singh Washington Sundar change. The second is the Abhishek Sharma Sanju Samson change, and the third is the Arshdeep Singh Kuldeep Yadav change. Now I will take a lot of questions. I will kind of take everything. Gargi Raut is asking something, giving me an update. I will keep you updated on that. Indian press conference will be starting shortly. The moment the Indian press conference starts, I will keep you updated based on the developments. But Spirit, what do I know? As far as handshake is concerned, I don't think. Yes, I'll take questions in exactly 2 minutes. Take as many questions as possible. I don't think handshake is happening. While the Pakistan captain has said that the game should be played in the spirit and all of that, I don't think there is any change in the Indian stance of a handshake. It is not part of the MCC laws. I don't see that happening. You will see the two captains standing with the match referee. There is no development as far as handshake is concerned. So I don't think, for example, that will happen. Will the two teams visit each other's dressing rooms end of the game? No. Will there be the customary line standing, and at the end of the game, will there be some kind of things exchanged? No. Handshakes there? No. So it will be a pretty ruthless, cut and dry affair. I do think that the players will not want to cross the line. I don't see anybody doing that gun gesture or the Haris Rauf kind of gesture. I don't see any of that happening. I don't see the Pakistan players resorting to abuse like they did in the Asia Cup final when Tilak Verma made this point that the Pakistan players were abusive. I don't see that happening either. So I think the game to be played in that spirit, but I do not also envisage handshake happening or anything like that, which is part of cricket's norm in other games, because this is a match which is politically charged. Whatever we say, whatever we don't say, anyone who comes and says, oh, it's another game like Pakistan said the other day, is a utter nonsense. It is only because it's not another game that hotel rooms are being sold for $500. It is only because it's not just another game. Every restaurant is full. Hundreds and thousands of people have trooped into Colombo. Hotels are at a premium. Tickets are not available. Not one ticket is available for tomorrow's game. If you go to the Premadasa, you will see fans. Yesterday, two fans literally were kind of, they were in tears that, oh, we live in Sri Lanka. We've been wanting to get tickets for this match for the longest time. We've tried Book My Show. We've tried every possible way. We are willing to put in $400-500. So that's the kind of money they were wanting to shell out to get tickets. So that's the kind of demand that you have for tickets. So the build up has been massive. And like I said, Pakistan team, we will give you an update as far as India is concerned straight up after the press conference. Let me take as many questions as possible. Huge number of questions. So we'll take as many. Mohsin Naqvi has gone to Colombo just to make a viral video. Don't give him any content to exploit. Shubhendu Mondol. Mohsin Naqvi will indeed be in the team hotel shortly, and we will see what happens. But the Pakistan team is expected to meet him, and then the final call will be taken on how they conduct themselves on the field. Is the used pitch or a fresh pitch will be there used? Australia Zimbabwe one. Indibar Dotto, people in their YouTube channel alleges India about a lot of things. When you bring in these kind of people, you're only giving them allegations credibility. Indibar, you have a point here. You have a point here. But at the same time, if you see the video, there was acknowledgement about the video, and I was very clear to Shubhan when he asked me, and Shubhan, by the way, asked me should he do it, and Gargi asked me should he do it with Shahid Hashmi. When you have journalists here, you want to understand, and you have to at one point in time, this is a cricket game. We are not here to invoke the name of the field marshal. So if you watch both those videos, and I have cleared both those videos as editor, I don't think there is even a single comment in any of those videos which are below the belt. So I was conscious of that, and this is a cricket conversation with a cricket journalist. So I'm also conscious of that this could have degenerated into something more nonsensical, because I totally buy the point that some of these people do that. But there was a clear instruction, and if you go and check that video I did, I don't think you will find anything like that in that video. Why will India Pakistan shake hands? I don't think so. Aditya Raj. England cricket serious?
2 wickets down.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that they've lost against the West Indies. Are they taking this format seriously? They have to. There is no question, and it's now 52 for 2, so it's not that bad. So and Scotland's got just about 150, right? 155 and 52, something like that. I don't see England floundering today. What is the relation between you and NDTV? I've seen you. Yes, you have. I consult NDTV, and I'm kind of consulting editor sports for them. That's all. অভিষেক শর্মা খেলবে, কিছু আপডেট আছে? হ্যাঁ, যেটা বললাম এতক্ষণ ধরে আপনাকে, যে খেলার সম্ভাবনাই বেশি। He is here, family is here, the team okay niye because obviously they feel that there is a chance of him playing. Sham Sundar Gupta, in case of equal points, two teams, what will be the criteria? There is no, it is already fixed. The India Pakistan groups, who the entire arrangement is already there. So, frankly, both these teams have made it. I don't see there any problem. I don't, in that sense, if you ask, Jay, from the Super 8 standpoint, what is the significance? There is no significance. The day podcast, if the handshake is happening tomorrow, why was the drama in Asia Cup done? I don't think handshake is happening. Fly boys for people. Abhishek should play. If he's fit 75%, Bro will play 20-30 ball and average. I don't go into match, but uncertain. Hope that Samson will click. It is dangerous habit. I really don't know what you are meaning. But if I understood your question, you're saying he should play if he's 75%. I totally agree that, 80% or maybe if he's close to full fitness, he should go out there and play. প্রসেনজিৎ 240 px এ খেলা দেখতে হচ্ছে from UAE. 240 px মানে what is 240 px? এই খেলা দেখতে হচ্ছে from UAE, unbelievable. Is it the cost? 240 px. প্রসেনজিৎ, এটা explain করো ভাই. Fly for about 5-6 hours undercover before rain ends. It offer 4-over swing and then drift as match progresses. No, this has not rained like that. It's maximum a drizzle. It's not rained like that at all. There has not been one steady shower. No. Maximum what we have seen is a very light drizzle, nothing more. Nothing more. So I can tell you that. I can absolutely tell you that. You said Pakistan more advantages, accustomed to the pitch. They are acclimatized better, Anushmita. They have been in Colombo for a while. They are acclimatized better. So we will see. We will see. But absolutely, they are the ones who had 2 practice sessions at the Premadasa. India will have 1. Pakistan has already done 2. They'll have more time to rest up, more time to get ready, and they don't have fitness concerns either. They've been in Colombo for close to 2 weeks now, so definitely they have, in terms of advantage, they are better equipped with the conditions. Make no mistake. Colombo usually bat first, go-to option with the weather around. This is a very tricky one. With the weather around, what do you do? Will you play for the weather thinking? But I was also checking AccuWeather. I was checking the Sri Lankan Met Department. From 6 p.m. 6 p.m. there is a 50% chance. 7 o'clock onwards, it's 10%, 15%. So I don't think 10%, 15% is actually a problem, because between 7 and 11 p.m., which is when the match will get over, I honestly don't think there's much chance of rain. So in the build-up, around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., there is chance of rain. But when the match situation actually comes, I don't see there is much chance of rain. So you have to keep that in mind. I don't think India will play for weather. India will go with their best strength and just go and give their best. Travel is easy for Indian team. In IPL, they travel the next day. Normal condition to these busy schedules. This is a World Cup. Boss, this is a World Cup. IPL and World Cups are profoundly different. And India-Pakistan, no IPL match will ever be even 1/10 of the pressure of a World Cup game, and an India-Pakistan World Cup game against the backdrop of what has happened. So it's different. And IPL players don't travel for 4 hours. Delhi to Colombo was 4 hours, maximum 2.5. You can say Calcutta, Bombay, 2:45. So the travel is also pretty minimal. Having said that, India-Pakistan World Cup match doesn't compare with any IPL game in terms of pressure. Gautam Bhatia, Abrar could be more dangerous being proper spinner than Usman. Your views? Abrar is a good bowler, but from what I've seen of Abrar, I don't think any one of them. Okay, the Indian press conference has started. Gargi will tweet the quotes, so you can follow it there, and I will also read out some of the quotes because I'm on line with you guys for the next 10 minutes. So Abrar, yes, but neither of these spinners. And Usman Tariq, people are talking about Usman Tariq. I was on an NDTV show with Kapil Paji, and I said to him, you've also got to think, who is Usman Tariq bowling to? In the match against the Netherlands, he was bowling against Max O'Dowd and his ilk, right? I mean, he was though Logan Van Beek and that kind of player. But here against the US, he was bowling to Monang Patel and his ilk. I mean, Shayan Jahangir or Shubham Ranjane. This Indian side, Usman Tariq will be up against Hardik Pandya, Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav. So you've also got to think who he is bowling to and what his mind is going through. It is not as if he will not feel the pressure. He's bowling against the world's best T20 batters who can take him to the cleaners. So when you're talking up Usman Tariq, you must also think what that man will be going through. Yesterday at the Pakistan practice, Mike Hassan spent quite a bit of time with him, and we saw that at the nets that was kind of going on. So Usman Tariq in that sense. But Abrar, yes, Abrar was bowling well the other night, and uh, Shadab got a couple of wickets as well. So they do have variety: leg spin, mystery spin, off spin, and of course left arm spin. So that's a well-rounded bowling attack. Used pitch, long boundary, Kuldeep has to play. I kind of agree. I really want Kuldeep Yadav to play this game, Priyanshu. Absolutely. Kuldeep Yadav has to play. Look at that record. Longish boundaries at the Premadasa. If the wicket assist spin, Kuldeep Yadav is a definite option for India as far as I'm concerned. Play him. He's an aggressive wicket taking option. Washington batted well in those pitches which had pace and bounce. In this low and slow Premadasa, batting will not be handful. I don't think so, Amitabh. He's quite a versatile player. People don't take him seriously because he doesn't have a brand in that sense. But Washington Sundar, extremely able player. Extremely able player. Abhishek Sharma needs to take rest in this match. Don't be in a rush. We need to understand his body needs for recovery. Evan 16940. I agree with you. Having said that, he wouldn't have traveled or shouldn't have traveled if his body wasn't ready. So I do think there is optimum chance of him playing. Okay. Let me also give you what the Indian press conference uh, is about and what is being said there, because the Indian press conference is on. We were prepared for all fixtures. Our flights were booked for this game. We were only focused on the preparation, says Surya Kumar Yadav. We had a scratchy start. We can't run away from that. No excuse. Everyone has played a lot of cricket. Batters should have batted with their own plans on a tricky wicket. We started well but had a hiccup. That's the beauty of T20 cricket. Then he says they have been doing well with their bowling combinations. We have plans to tackle them and we will play them tomorrow. We have a similar setup. Field looks really good. I want to have a set plan with this wonderful bowling unit. Every match demands a different approach. There's no set plan on Bumrah bowling 1 over in the power play. So that's Surya Kumar Yadav for you at the Indian press conference, which is currently underway at the Premadasa in Colombo. Okay, let me take last 10 odd questions. Handshake happening tomorrow. I've taken that. How is Ishan Kishan recovered so fast? Yeah, it was not a devastating injury. I mean, then he was gone. He was wincing in pain. He recovered, not that bad. He batted and thereafter it's fine. So would you want him to be out? I mean, I would not think so, right? So what do you mean? How fast he has recovered? Uh, Ashwin Dighe, one way you were criticizing Pakistan media, your organization reported taking interviews of Shahid Hashmi. Hello. Let me also make this point pretty clear. Not everybody, not everybody is bogus. Shahid Hashmi at no point in time, people to people contact, Shahid Hashmi at no point in time on my show or any show has been abusive. And Shahid Hashmi has been pretty polite, gracious, dignified, acknowledges India is a better team, will talk rational cricket. That's the reason. It's not about bigotry, it's not about jingoism. The people in the Pakistan media who talk nonsense, we will point that out. Here, when you meet a Shahid Hashmi yesterday, for example, everybody went and cordially said a hi, or that's how things are. That's what, so you will expect an Indian board member to meet a Mohsin Naqvi as well. And that's what happens at an ICC meeting. You will expect BCCI and Pakistan to attend ICC meetings as well. That's why the two teams are playing. So you have to understand that there are layers. You cannot be a jingoist and say, oh, you know what, no talk with anybody. So there are people who are also kind of different, who will not indulge in the rabid politicization of the matter. I understand Shahid Hashmi's compulsions as well, because he and I have been continuously in touch. There are certain things Shahid Hashmi can't say, and you will understand that, being a Pakistani journalist, he can only say up to a certain point and no more. And the conversations are purely cricketing, because he was there at the Pakistan practice. He has been here in Colombo from day one. He has observed the Pakistan team. So I asked Gargi to do a purely cricketing interview. It has nothing to do with the Pakistani political stand, or if he is saying anything against the Indian political stand. That's not the purpose of that interview. And Ashwin, I mean, you've asked that question once. Calm down. I can read. I do read English fairly well. So there is no point of mentioning 10 times. Anyone doing a bad gesture should be punished by ICC. India can do namaskar. Simon Mitra, ICC has sent out a media advisory as well, by the way. They have sent out a media advisory where they have said that no one should indulge in any kind of discriminatory practice or provocative action. There is a detail on that as well. Gautam, I've answered that. Pratap Click, I'm your big fan since childhood. Thank you very much. Shubhan talked to Farhan. Wasn't he the same guy who acted? No, not talk. They were both there. Farhan asked Shubhan things like "आप लोग कहाँ से हो?" So he replied back saying "हम India से हैं," and he said "हाँ आपको देखा है," and he said something like Farhan said "हम India आ नहीं सकते, आप भी यहाँ आ नहीं सकते." That kind of a 30-second small talk, nothing more, no talk in the sense of an interview or a conversation of any decent degree, nothing like that. How is the pitch going to be? We've already described that, and I've shown you the picture of the wicket as well. Ajay Rohila, pitch, I've answered that. Gautam, I've answered that. More or less, I've answered. It's time to close the show because Gargi will be live straight after the press conference from the Premadasa. So I think oh Baba, there are 100 more. I can't take that many. So I will close the show now. I think I've tried to answer as many as possible. Gargi Raut will be live with you straight after the Indian press conference. And thereafter, Gargi, Shomik, both of them will be live from Indian practice multiple times. Ashok and I will also be live with all the updates. The moment there is further news, what's happening from the Indian camp, Pakistan camp, what's Naqvi doing? Is there, will he be up to his shenanigans? Will he try and do what he did at the Asia Cup? Will the Pakistan players meet him and will something brew there? We will give you all of the updates. For the moment, that's all I have from Colombo. And it's still not raining. It's about 5:38. The roads are still dry. I can't see a drizzle. It's still not raining. So hopefully India's practice session will be on track. Thank you very much for watching.